sun's bright. Hey guys, what's up? Tampa Jimmy here again. This time I'm not on a backpacking trip. I'm actually in North Georgia. It's a car camping site, way up over a mountain, under a mountain, next mountain, I don't know. Anyway, it feels pretty secluded, but there are several cars going by, and we're camped like right off of the road that comes up and over the mountain on one side and goes back up and over and down something around the other. But if you look up Georgia's Dragon Road, it's kind of like the famous like Dragon Tail Road. It's a lot like that on the way in. Anyway, purpose of this video. I've been getting more and more questions about my feather sticks lately, which is something I thought that I've covered several times, but I guess not. So I figured, hey, you know, I'm here, I have to do them anyway, may as well do a video, right? So, with feather sticks, first and foremost, you need to make sure your knife is sharp. What I currently have on my hip, I'm car camping first off, so I have a few knives. So if I end up making more videos than just this while I'm here, I have different knives. Anyway, what I currently have is the LT Wright GNS. It's one of my favorite. Just, it's not really bigger, you know, but it's like mid-range for me, because I have bigger, I have smaller, but I really like this one. Anyway, it is absolutely shave sharp. At some point I'll do a video on how to sharpen your tools, and you know, maybe if you're having issues with that, maybe that'll help. But this video is not about that. This video is about feather sticks. First thing, knife has to be shave sharp. Second is all about wood selection. That's just really key. If you've watched other videos on how to do feather sticks, you've probably come across guys, you know, really popular bushcraft guys in like Canada, which is where I started watching, and up there is just a little different than our southeast woods. Kind of not, you know, we still have softwoods, like, you know, they have pine, we have pine, spruce, you know, that kind of thing. But I remember the videos that I was watching, these guys would go and they would snap like a dead stick, like a dead limb, you know, off of a tree, and boom, feather stick. A lot of times it doesn't work for us. The sticks, you know, the limbs I end up, when I first started anyway, that I would break off, would have way too many knots, way too many like other branches growing off, and that creates like stop points for your knife. So it's not going to work. What you want, what I prefer is, say, like a forearm length piece of wood, absolutely straight, or maybe like a slight curve in. So if it's curving like this, you know, your knife's going to go like that, not on the outside. Hopefully that makes sense. And you know, gotta be softwood, and it has to be softwood, but it should be softwood. Your oaks and things like that are gonna have way too many knots. And what I found is, even with fine curls, they will catch a spark, but it's much more difficult. So if you're just starting out, you want to avoid oak, avoid hardwoods, go straight to the softwoods. I'm sure you have pine or cedar or some conifer, something in your area. Third, if you're not cutting down dead standing, like say in an area that's really frowned upon, or you didn't bring your saw, or you know, for whatever reason you're not cutting down dead standing, you're finding things on the ground, it can be a little more challenging if you look for properties to look for in wood. And that's kind of what I'm going to show you, because all I've done so far, I've been cutting at any dead standing trees. It's only been what I've gathered, and I feel like that's kind of like what most people do, so that's what I was going to focus on for this. So anyway, let me go show you guys what I got. Okay, so I'm here with the little bit of wood that I've started portioning up to the size that I like. I have what I believe to be oak. It's slimy because Moose, my dog, has been chewing on it, which is fine. He likes to chew sticks. I cut sticks. Here you go, bud. So that's cool. Now, I found this branch, and just like right off the trail, the driveway. So it sounds completely dry. It feels solid, feels good, but I can tell that it's softwood. One way you can tell it's softwood is if you push your fingernail in it, you know, it leaves an indent. So softwood does that. Hardwood, not so much. So I was like, oh, you know, that's going to be good firewood. That clunking sound it makes means it's kind of hard, and you know, and dried, seasoned, whatever we're gonna call it, and not completely rotten. However, when I portioned it up, you can see that. So I can get it in focus a little better. when it has that like spongy kind of look to it, that means it's starting to turn a little punky, and especially when it starts getting like a spalted kind of look in it. And so I shaved a few pieces off just to look, and it is starting to look a little spalted, which is like a form of decay for wood. So also, this particular one that I just randomly picked up is very knotty, so this isn't really going to work for too much of anything. Sometimes like this you can still make a spoon out of it, but a feather stick is probably not going to work so much, and let me show you why. Okay, so you can tell by the way it's split that it's not a good seasoned wood. It's coming off like that, and like kind of breaks, I guess maybe is a good way to describe it. I never really had to describe this before, so I'm not really sure what to say. But I will tell you what I do know is going to happen when I start cutting this. So the initial cuts are probably going to be fine because that's the outside. But once you get to the inside, yeah, see? I don't know if you can see that. The sun is just killing me. But it feels like cutting cardboard or like particle board or something along those lines. And it's real hard to get like fine curls with that will also catch. It's punky wood. So, but punk wood has its place for everything, and that's a different video. For this video, feather sticks, don't want that. So what else we got? Okay, another good branch that I found is this big, long, thick piece of pine. It doesn't feel like it's too punky at this point in time. It's not rotten. It's got like that good thunk when you hit it, so it should be good. So what I need to do now is cut a piece, see what it looks like on the inside, see if it's gonna be something I can work with. So what I did is I cut the end of it off. There was a wide branch, a bunch of knots. What I wanted, like I was saying a couple minutes ago, long, straight, no knots, or a few if possible. So take a look at this. So there's still like a spot at the end that does have some knots. So what I'm going to do is cut farther down the branch on that and get myself like a good section, and we'll split that up and see what it looks like. So as you can see, the center looks good. It actually looks a little like it might be resinous, like almost fat wood. So that might be a whole other thing anyway. But either way, I'm gonna cut a section, split it, maybe quarter it, see how it does for feather sticks. Probably smell it through the camera. It just smells so good. All right, so let me show you how I split this too. So I've got my working surface Moose is right here. Knock my tripod over. Move, buddy. Get a stick. Good boy. Talk about those real quick. Like another for fire safety. A lot of idiots out in the woods. But man, I hate those things. Alright. The sun is just right there. In case you didn't hear me complain about the other 5 times. It's like, give me the Popeye squint. Okay. Let's get this a little bit better. There we go. So this is just a real safe way to split wood. So it's gooey in there. So you can see forearm just about, give or take. So I'm not going to worry with peeling off the bark just yet. So, what I'm using right now is a Cranston's Brook small forest axe. This was a gift from one of my really, really good friends, Josh Hernandez. Thank you, Josh. Like the best dude ever. All right, so for this method of splitting, this is a super safe, super effective, just really, really easy thing. So just park the head of your axe, put the other part here, hold it, and then just Hulk smash it. If you peel the bark, it will split a little easier. Also, I'm sitting down, so. Well, that's not great. It's actually wet on the inside. It feels like this weird slime thing going on. So, once again, so it's split, park the axe. As you can see that the head is a little bit off. It's gonna bite it. And then down here. Also, if you bury the head into whatever your working surface is, don't twist the head to snap this. Twist the wood, because the head is secured, so that way you won't snap your handle. This just feels gross, man. Look at my hands. Yeah. This might actually be a little too rotten too. It felt so good. Looked perfect. No. All those holes in the wood. Look what came out. A little grub. So watch this. So once again, same technique. See how it broke instead of split? That tells me that this wood is starting to become subpar and probably not going to work too well for what I want to do. Which would suck. I have to go find something completely different. Christ. So that's not terrible there. See, it's got an outside curve, not an inside curve. So, kind of the same things I was talking about with knots. This one has holes from the grubs. So, this is going to suck also. Which is just really unfortunate. Lame. I think it would work if it wasn't for those holes. I don't know. I've actually never tried one with holes, so maybe we'll just see what happens real quick. Good. Okay, so it's actually feathering okay. So here's the thing. So forearm length, a little bit more. And you notice what I'm doing are long cuts. So not like, don't do this. Don't do that to get your feathers. It'll just get you really small, very ineffective feathers. What you want are these real long, thin curls. So, cut on the swoop up, not on the swoop down. Strokes. So what you can do first is just drag your knife across it where it's not even making any cuts. And then slowly increase that angle to where your knife starts biting just barely. And you'll see what happens with that is you get the finest shavings and curls. See how just absolutely thin those are? That's do that. You know, and of course if you increase your angle, then you get some thick guys, which is fine also. So what you're looking to do is looking to cut the ridge from your previous cut. So say you do this motion and you make that cut, bring your knife back up, twist it just enough because you're cutting. So when you did that cut, you created a flat ridge from that. So you're twisting the stick to get that ridge like this so you can cut along the next ridge. Make sense? It only takes just a little. So see, I just slice, rotate, slice, rotate. Sometimes they're thick, sometimes they're not. Depends on how impatient I get, really. Okay, I think that's enough of watching me feather stick. As you can see, I'm getting fine curls. It's not really nearly as much of a problem as I thought it was going to be with the holes. So if I'm cutting along the hole and when I hit that, you know, the shaving breaks off. That's not a big deal. That's a good point. When you're doing these, a lot of your shavings will fall off, or you'll cut them off, or whatever. Not a big deal. That's just every time you do a feather stick, that's just what happens. What you can do that's smart is on your working surface, you can put your bandana, your schmog, whatever you happen to have with you, down first, and then when you're doing your feather sticks, any of the shavings that come off, the curls fall off, you cut off, whatever, will still be on that. And then on top of your feather stick, you have a big pile of shavings also. So you can light your feather stick, throw the shavings on there, boom, extra fine material. So I'm gonna keep at it and see how it looks. I'm just gonna spend a couple minutes, but I'm pretty happy with how thin and curly those are coming. So I think that's really gonna be about it. You know, once you get the feather stick, you strike it a ferro rod, and that's it. And if it looks like that, it'll go up, no question. All right, thanks for watching, and I'm trying to figure out what to do next. If you guys have ideas, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.